Hey, I've probably told you this before. You specifically. I've probably said this before. Sorry. That I volunteer at Cooperative Cinema. Everyone's volunteers. It's a co-op, and I do the podcast there with a few other people. And we were recording it today when I started laughing really inappropriately, but I couldn't stop myself. Basically what happened was we were talking about the programme, about upcoming events, and we've got this thing that's kind of like the music of Ennio Morricone, you know, Good, the Bad and the Ugly, A Few Dollars More, those kind of like Western, you know, Clint Eastwood type films. And at the end I said, oh, we should all come in ponchos. And my friend Dave just kind of made a little bit of a comment saying something like, wouldn't that be messy, or, you know, I don't think they'd approve, or something like that. Basically a coming of your poncho joke, which we all love. And for some reason I found it really funny, and I was still laughing by the time they were talking about the next thing, which just so happened to be a film about paedophilia and childhood sexual abuse and stuff. And I was still laughing, and I was mortified because I couldn't seem to stop, and the more I tried to stop, the more I laughed. So someone was reading out the description, you know, about a kid who was kidnapped and stuff like this. It's not a documentary, it's just a film. It's called, I hope it's not real. It's not a documentary, obviously, but I hope it's not based on true facts or anything. It's called Michael, and we're going to be showing it in our cinema. And I started laughing, and like they were saying all these horrendous things, and I was still laughing, and I was just mortified. I just couldn't seem to stop myself. The more I tried, the harder I was laughing. It was like a proper, like, ha ha ha, that sounded evil. Just like a laugh. I can't remember how I laughed, but I was in hysterics, and I was like crying and laughing, and it was just one of those really inappropriate times to laugh, which has happened to me before as well. I remember once when I was working in a bookshop, and we sold DVDs, because bookshops do that now. Or did. That bookshop closed down. Anyway, we sold DVDs, and this kid got his first bank card, and he was really excited, and he had either got I think it was Harry Potter, or it might have been James Bond. Those films are so similar, sometimes I get confused. But he had one, it was a 12, and he had ID and stuff, and he was really proud, and he put his card in, and he put his pin in, and it didn't work. I think probably because he'd only had it like a day. And he was like, oh Mum, you know, I've got the money in my account, but my card's not working. Can you buy me the DVD? And she was just like, oh no, Thomas. I think but it wasn't Thomas, but that's the name. She was like, oh no, Thomas, have to get it another time. And he started crying. He burst out into tears, little 12-year-old, and I just went, and I just couldn't help it. That was a horrible noise, by the way. I'm sorry about that. And I just couldn't help it. I was just in hysterics, and I just had to kind of like turn around and just pretend to do something behind me, because I just started laughing. Also when I was at school, when I was like tiny, I used to have this cat. In fact, she's still alive now. She's 15. I used to have this. She used to do this thing where she'd yawn and bite her tongue, and then just leave it there for a few like seconds, just like. And I used to find it hilarious. And sometimes I would just think about it and just laugh. And anyway, I was at school, I was like, you know, drawing a picture of a cloud or a house, or, you know, something that primary school children do. And I just started laughing because I remembered about it. She'd done it like the night before or that morning or something. I started laughing, and I was looking at the kid opposite me, because he was looking at me because I was in fits of laughter. And he was like, what are you doing? And the teacher saw her, and she was like, well, why are you making Alice laugh? And he was like, I'm not making her laugh. And I was just in hysterics. And then by that point I was trying to say, no, he's not making me laugh, I'm just thinking about a cat biting its tongue. But I couldn't say it because I was laughing so much, and she got really angry at him. And was like, you need to stop whatever you're doing. And it was so funny. And that also made me laugh, the fact that she was telling him off when he was just innocently doing nothing, drawing little clouds or houses. Anyway, so those are my stories about times where I've inappropriately laughed at things. if you've ever inappropriate laughed at something and you fancy saying it, write in the comments. If you've ever laughed at something inappropriate and you don't fancy saying it, well fine, don't say it. Well, you can, whatever. Anyway, oh, just read. The reason I haven't made a video in so long is this, not this time because I've been working, but because I haven't been bothered to tidy my room. And I know you never can see like much of my room, but just in case you could, I didn't want to, because it was really messy and it's taken me ages to tidy it up. It's because I don't have a wardrobe anymore. My old one broke and I've been without one for ages, so like clothes just end up getting everywhere. Anyway, I'm rambling now, so leave it at that. Yeah, leave it at that. Bye.